tonight on ETALK.
I feel like I can really trust you and tell you everything. And I just want to, but I can't. There's a camera.
He has one thing left in his life, and it's duty and honor.
The kingdom's divided.
There's so many shocking bits in season 5.
Who lives and who dies?
They would just constantly shrug their shoulders and just be like, we don't know.
The cast, the secrets, and the newcomers.
There's a rigor about this show. Even though it's fun, it's rigorous.
Really
you
good
have
work.
to step up to it.
Definitely.
An inside look at season 5.
People are popping in where they shouldn't be, and people are popping here, there, including our good selves.
From the wall
We've saved Jon, we've captured Mance Rayder.
to King's Landing
We want to hurt the Lannisters the same way that we've been hurt.
and across the narrow sea.
We
Yeah,
know
you can
everything.
kidnap us
We
and
know
torture
everything.
us.
And beat us to death, we won't tell you.
The Seven Kingdoms needs a ruler loved by millions with a powerful army and the right family name.
Good luck finding him.
Who said anything about him?
It's all access as ETALK presents Game of Thrones.
Welcome to a very special edition of ETALK. Game of Thrones is arguably one of the biggest shows on TV. And with the big season 5 premiere just days away, we sit down with the surviving cast members in London. And for all you fans who may not have caught up on all the episodes, fair warning, this special comes with a spoiler alert.
Lannister, Baratheon, Stark, Tyrell. They're all just spokes on a wheel. This one's on top, then that one's on top, and on it spins, crushing those on the ground. I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel.
First of all, congratulations on season 5, and more specifically, congratulations on your characters officially, for now at least, still being alive. Is that something that you think about at all when you read a new Game of Thrones script for a new season?
I read my bits methodically. I go through it slowly and get nervous at times. I kind of know, up until this season, I know sort of where my character goes and is going because of the books, but it's a bit more blurry now. This season I didn't really know what would happen, so there was a bit more of a nerve-wracking quality to it. But if I end up dying, I just want it to be good and to do justice to the show.
I kind of thought Sansa's, so submissive that she's probably not going to last this long and she's just going to end up getting beaten up and die. But then again, I was kind of like, the first 4 seasons, I just felt like she was warming up, and I was like, no, there's no way that I'm going to be killed off before, the 5th season. I was like, there's no way, because she hasn't reached her full potential yet.
Absolutely. Even with season 2, I was asking David and Dan, what's going on? Am I going to survive past this series? And they would just constantly shrug their shoulders and just be like, we don't know. But I think, yeah, definitely, I'm always wondering whether he's going to make it to the next season or not.
This show's cast so well, and there's some magnificent actors. I mean, I was gutted when Charles Dance left, because I'm such a huge fan of his, and I just thought he was so right for the show and so delightful to have there, and he scared the bejesus out of Jaime and Cersei.
Even
and Tyrion.
Joffrey, I was sad. That
Yeah, the man you love to hate. People
him.
loved hating Joffrey, and it's such a shame that he's gone. And Jack, the
now
guy who
all
played
the
him.
hatred's put on me.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised.
I didn't think the series would make it this far, so I didn't think any of us would be alive. So you don't start any drama thinking, yeah, we're definitely going to go for 5 seasons and be as successful as it is, and, with a promise of more. So in a word, no.
I mean, it's still so sad to see people go, and I cry and whatever, but I'm like, thank God it's not me. I'm still here. I'm happy. I'm just thanking the gods. Thanking the gods. I literally I live my life through Game of Thrones. I thank the gods that I'm still alive.
Season 4 shocked us in true Game of Thrones fashion. As expected, some familiar faces won't see the screen this year, but when Season 4's tagline, Valar Morghulis, or All Men Must Die, debuted, we knew we were in for more than one big goodbye. As for the survivors, here's your Season 4 finale recap. Tyrion Lannister kills his father and his former lover Shae, then flees on a ship with Varys. Sansa Stark teams up with Littlefinger for revenge. Is the Hound dead or not? No one knows. Arya Stark sets sail. Jon Snow and Mance Rayder find themselves surrounded by King Stannis. Daenerys Targaryen locks up her dragons. Things are about to get interesting in the Seven Kingdoms.
Without giving away obvious Game of Thrones Season 5 secrets, where does Season 5 find your character?
Well, where you find us at the end of 4, for once, in a very positive position. In other words, we've saved Jon, we've captured Mance Rayder, and obviously the location where we are now, which is north of the Wall and Castle Black, all that area. But now it looks like we have an absolute positive kicking off point for heading for King's Landing and getting Stannis on the throne.
Season 5 finds Jon in a place of real emotional turmoil. He's quite sort of determined now. He's lost the love of his life and he has one thing left in his life, and it's duty and honour, and a duty to save the Seven Kingdoms from what's beyond the Wall. He turns politician this year. He has to become politicised. He has to start speaking out and not being this sullen young man who takes everything and absorbs it. He needs to really get on with the job at hand, and that's kind of where I approached him from this year.
With the success of the show, it is becoming harder and harder for the cast to keep the show's secrets, with growing pressure from fans and social media.
It definitely plays on my mind. I'm quite considerate of it. I don't want to ruin anything for anyone. I think really the one that everyone has to watch out for is social networking. I think if you don't want to ruin it for yourself, then just don't go on Facebook or Instagram or any of them things when the show's on, because it will just ruin it for you.
We know
you can
everything.
kidnap us and torture us.
You can beat us to death, we won't tell you. unless the check has enough zeros on it.
That's right.
After the break,
I don't think any of us thought it was going to be as big as it is.
how Game of Thrones has launched its stars into the spotlight.
It's a cultural phenomenon, and I couldn't be happier or more proud to be involved in that.
But first, here's a sneak peek of Season 5.
You told me you weren't here to conquer. You told me your people had bled enough.
That's right. I don't want them bleeding for Stannis Baratheon either.
You spent your life convincing 90 clans to come together for the first time in history. Thens and Hornfoots, the Ice River clans, even the Giants. A life's work uniting them. You didn't do it for power. You didn't do it for glory. You brought them together to save them because none of them has survived the winter, not if they're north of the Wall. Isn't their survival more important than your pride?
Welcome back to ETALK Presents Game of Thrones.
Boasting castles, battlefields, and endless landscapes, Ireland is the perfect backdrop for Game of Thrones' intricate storylines and fascinating characters. I head to the Emerald Isle to take it all in with my own eyes.
Let's do it.
Stop 1, Tollymore Forest from the first episode.
Over here it was all covered in snow, and there was a guy walking through the trees and he seen smoke rising from this area.
I never seen wildlings do a thing like this.
And this is where they found the direwolf and the pups.
Lord Stark, there are 5 pups. One for each of the Stark children. The direwolf is a sigil of your house.
And while in Ireland, I have to try my hand at falconry.
That was great.
Next up is archery lessons at Castle Ward, which doubles as Winterfell.
Jon Snow was in this courtyard in the village of Winterfell, and he was teaching young Bran how to do archery. Now, Bran unfortunately wasn't very good at archery. His slightly younger sister, Arya, was actually better and shot from behind from where you were standing and managed to hit the bullseye.
And which one of you was a marksman at 10? Keep practicing, Bran.
Good shot. Not so bad.
You're a better shot than I am.
I wouldn't say that. That's a good effort all the same.
I'll stick with the TV thing. Game of Thrones is a worldwide success with millions upon millions of people watching every episode. And it's that success that has catapulted its stars to the top of the A-list.
What has it been like to grow up as an actor, basically, on that show?
It's been amazing. I've kind of got to grow as Daenerys has got to grow as well.
The Globes, the Emmys, the SAGs, Critics' Choice, People's Choice. They've been honored by them all.
We're here for fun and to enjoy ourselves and to hang out with those people that we spend so much time working with.
After such epic small-screen stardom, it didn't take long for Hollywood to come calling.
Come with me if you want to live.
Move over, Arnold. Emilia Clarke trades dragons for robots, taking on the iconic role of Sarah Connor in Terminator Genesis.
I've been waiting for you.
Talking about special effects and everything, the show itself has got bigger and bigger with every season, so I've kind of had a slow sort of introduction into that world to get ready for movies like Terminator, which is just more green than anything else.
I'll be back.
What?
And Gwendolyn Christie goes even bigger, starring alongside Lupita Nyong'o, Oscar Isaac, and Harrison Ford in the upcoming J.J. Abrams-helmed Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
It's a cultural phenomenon, and I couldn't be happier or more proud to be involved in that, because I love this part and I love the work.
She also joins Thrones co-star Natalie Dormer in the final installment of the Hunger Games franchise.
If we burn, you burn with us.
Natalie has also been busy as well with a role in the racing flick Rush starring Chris Hemsworth. And Sophie Turner rounds out the female tour de force from the show with a new spot in X-Men Apocalypse.
I don't think any of us thought it was going to be as big as it is.
And the men are making a mark too. Peter Dinklage shares the X-Men connection, starring in X-Men Days of Future Past that was shot in Montreal.
It was fun. We shot up in Montreal last summer. And a lot of time together. There's a lot of downtime for actors to hang out together, so we passed the time, and it was all fun.
Next, he helps to save the world with Adam Sandler in the video game-inspired film Pixels.
Oh, yeah!
And resident Thrones heartthrob Kit Harington has been no stranger to the big screen.
Last year was in Vancouver, before that was in Toronto, and now I'm going back to Toronto.
For
A movie called Pompeii, which is my first sort of lead in a feature film.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Our cameras catch him when he comes to Canada promoting his CSA-winning film Pompeii. And later this year, he connects with Canada again, working with Jessica Chastain and Susan Sarandon in a new Xavier Dolan film.
So I've seen Tom at the Farm, and what else have I seen him in? No, just Tom at the Farm. That's he's a great actor.
And lastly, although he perished in the most shocking scene of the series, Richard Madden makes a pretty good Prince Charming, if you ask us.
I have to see her again.
When you first knew of Prince Charming, could you have ever imagined that you'd be sitting in this chair?
No, I couldn't. I'd not even thought of it. I used to watch all these films because I've got two sisters, so we watched a lot of these Disney movies when I was a kid.
Coming up,
the first thing that is there is like, oh my God, I'm in Game of Thrones. I'm in Game of Thrones.
Meet the newcomers to the cast.
We were saying the first questions we get asked are, do you get nude? Do you die?
And later,
we were saying the word for the season is convergence. Right. It's because the storylines are really coming together now.
The countdown to season 5 continues.
There's so many shocking bits in season 5, but I know one that's just like blows my mind.
But before the break, we've got another sneak peek at the new season.
You never told me why you set me free.
Your brother asked me to.
Would have said no.
Refuse the Kingslayer, a dangerous proposition.
Not as dangerous as releasing me. You risked your life, your position, everything. Why? You're not family. You owe me nothing.
I didn't do it for you. I did it for the Seven Kingdoms.
Drunken dwarf will never be the savior of the Seven Kingdoms.
I don't believe in saviors. I believe men of talent have a part to play in the war to come.
Welcome back to ETALK Presents Game of Thrones.
It's pretty cold here in northern Iceland, but for Game of Thrones fans, things are just starting to heat up. Ice, ice, and more ice. We were first introduced to the Wall in Season 1, when Jon Snow rode north to the Night's Watch.
I pledge my life and honor to the Night's Watch for this night and all the nights to come.
Brace yourselves, we're going behind the wall.
The cold is real. The cold is real, trust me, the cold is real. This year we went to Iceland, and Iceland is a beautiful country, but a brutal one. And we were in minus temperatures all the time. So it helps character-wise and acting-wise, but it's knackering, and it can be pretty brutal to film in.
Brutal, but breathtaking. Still, winters in Canada are cold enough for me. I think I'll stick to my day job. Game of Thrones is a worldwide epic, and Iceland, that was just the beginning. With every new kingdom comes new characters and new cast members who immediately get put to the test.
The first thing that is there is like, oh my God, I'm in Game of Thrones, I'm in Game of Thrones. You know, that's going through your head like a jingle every single scene for the first, I think, week or something.
Honestly, people haven't been asking me questions about the story. We were saying the first questions we get asked are, do you get nude? Do you die?
There are a lot of new actors in Season 5. What is the process for new actors? Is there a hazing process? Are first-time actors nervous on set?
I wish they were in a weird way. It's actually the opposite. They've got to try so hard to make you feel comfortable because they don't want you screwing up everything on the first day. And they've got their time is money for them. Right. But they are amazingly good at it. They made us feel both really comfortable.
Once I started telling people, then I understood how massive it was. But yeah, it was really weird the first time just seeing in Belfast, like even just for costume fittings and seeing like photographs of the set and seeing like props and costumes and things was just like, wow.
As for the veterans of the series, seeing new faces on set is always a refreshing experience.
Watching new actors come in, especially the young ones who are incredibly excited about being part of the show, it makes us realise how successful the show is and what it means to actors coming in. And it makes it refreshing for us. It makes me realise how wonderful to be a part of this epic saga is.
There's someone that came in sort of like partway through. I was obviously nervous and like, you know, okay, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna be nice to me? Like what's happening? But everyone was so sweet and it was like I was just one of the gang, like you're one of us now. It was really nice and quite an easy transition.
After the break,
bam!
The cast gives some insight into the upcoming season.
If you could sum up Season 5 in one word, no spoilers obviously, what would that word be?
All this and more as ETALK Presents Game of Thrones continues. Welcome back to ETALK Presents Game of Thrones.
For Season 4 of Game of Thrones, they added the breathtaking location of Split, Croatia. With its beautiful coastal mountains and turquoise waters, it is the perfect backdrop for the powerful presence of Daenerys Targaryen.
I will answer injustice with justice.
So right now we're in Diocletian Palace. In reality, it's actually about 2,000 years old and is right in the center of Split. But in Game of Thrones, it is here that Daenerys and her faithful Unsullied free the people. Oh, this tour doesn't get any easier as we're climbing the walls attacked by the Baratheons.
They're coming ashore.
Rain fire on them.
The Battle of Blackwater, one of the show's bloodiest battles, happened right here beyond these walls. So that wraps up our trip here in Croatia. Easily one of the most spectacular places I have ever been. Oh, what a beautiful location. But even more shocking than the beauty was the brutality that was filmed there. Season after season, Game of Thrones has been shocking audiences, and with millions upon millions waiting for the big premiere April 12th, all we can say is expect the unexpected.
There's so many shocking bits in Season 5. I mean, I only know like one of them because I haven't really read all the scripts, but I know one that's just like, blows my mind.
Utter a simple phrase and everyone immediately knows what you're talking about. Ned Stark.
Sir Ilyn. Bring me his head.
The Red Wedding.
The Lannisters send their regards.
King Joffrey.
He poisoned my son. Your king.
And for season 5, you need only say convergence.
There's no justice in this world. Not unless we make it. Avenge them.
We were saying the word for the season is convergence.
Right.
It's because the storylines are really coming together now.
Yeah, I think for
Characters
us,
are meeting.
for our storyline, revenge.
Convergence.
No, wow, that was better. That's nicer.
No, you were saying that you think it's one of the.
I think it's my favorite season.
But I think they've been talking about it being the convergence. This world, the worlds are coming together. Yeah, they're well, not all of them, but people are popping in where they shouldn't be, and people are popping here, there, including our good selves. That's what's going to be interesting this season. And dark.
If you could sum up season 5 in one word, no spoilers obviously, what would that word be?
Bad.
I can't better that.
More to come when ETALK presents Game of Thrones returns. Welcome back to ETALK presents Game of Thrones.
So, there you have it, just a small glimpse into the massive world of Game of Thrones. Be sure to tune in for the big premiere April 12th on HBO Canada. In the meantime, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.